Hello?
Share your screen, madam.
Wait.
Your screen sharing is not available.
Okay, fine. Is this visible, ma? Screen is visible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the steps for formulating the strategic formulation. The first step is used to environmental analysis and diagnosis, gap analysis, identification, the mission and long range objectives, developing the strategic evaluation, choice of strategies, development, implementation of tactics. So these are the steps which will be involving in your strategic formulations. Environmental analysis. See here, if you look at it, the environment analysis, the companies having a both in environment, that is internal as well as the external analysis, which is going to exercise to attempt identify the factors of the causes where the environment that is going to affect the function of the organization. So internally, what type of factors which will be affecting the organization, and externally, what are the factors which is going to affect the organization? Both the things they have to analyze. Internal factors are those factors which are going to be controllables, which means which are being in the hands of the organization, whereas the external factors which is going to affect from the outside the organizations, where the company is going to be taking steps to reduce the external factors. So the main reasons for these environmental analysis is to diagnose and analyze and identify the ways in which changes in various organization factors that is going to be directly or indirectly influencing the organizations and management. This is the first step for your strategic formulation. Next, gap. It has to be identify the gap. What is the gap which is existing in between the current position as well as the position which is there in the future? See here, ma, this is the notes which I have been sharing with you. So actually, this is not the exact things where I'm going to share the particular notes with you. So I'll be giving the important questions to you, and if I'm going to share things, it will be quite fast. Now, is it okay?
Still needs to be zoomed. It's very small screen.
So it will be identifying the gap which is there for the existing as well as the future position of the organizations. Here, the strategy designers is going to formulate the plan. What is the exact they have been implemented? What is the exact they have been planned? And what is the things they are going to be implement in future? Always it has to fill that gap. If at all the organization is going to filling that gap, then only they are going to give a differentiation between the present as well as the future. Next, identifying the mission. Already we have discussed what is the meaning of mission and vision in the previous classes. So here they have to be know the real point of strategic formulations, and they have to identify the mission and long range objectives of the organizations. So most probably mission is going to explain the most fundamental purpose of the enterprises, whereas it will be helping for the long range objectives also, which is going to relate to the specific aims in the areas that may be related to the productions, marketing, research, public relations, whatever may be the things. So always the identification of missions as well as the long range objectives of the organization should be maintained in all the departments of the organization. Next, developing the strategic alternatives. See here, whatever the strategic which have been framed by the organizations with the single strategies, no organization is going to achieve a long-term objective. So definitely it has to be having alternative choice of options should be there. Alternative strategies should be there. So here in these, they have to choose the best alternative choice of action. So the next, what is that things? It will be helping for the alternative course of action, which is going to light up for the mission of the enterprises, long range objectives, and is also going to give the outcome for the SWOT analysis. I think if I'm not wrong, you people all know what is SWOT, that is strength, weakness, opportunities, and traits, as well as has to fill the gap analysis, which have been identified in the previous steps, and the competitors which have been similarly situated for going to be facing the competitions in the marketing environment. So here always they have to choose their best strategic alternatives, means they have always have a alternative strategies where they are going to adopting the best one. Next, after having the development of strategies, then they are going to be evaluate the best strategies. Developing the strategies alternative is one, and implementing the things means evaluation of the particular things. How they are been evaluating? They are evaluating with the help of what is the risk and resources implications which will be there with the strategic alternatives, and the contributions towards the mission as well as the objectives, and to the extent which where the each alternatives help is going to fill the gap between the present as well as the future. Fine. Next, choice of the strategies. Evaluation has been done. Next, based upon the organization's goals and based upon the organization's range, based upon the organization nature as well as the size of the organizations, they are going to choosing the best strategies, which is according to the nature of the organization. Then afterwards, it is going to implementing the developing the tactics, means how they will be converting the tactics into exact plans, means execution, operation plans, how they will be implementing the things. Means they have been launched something. For example, the business enterprises want to launch something, things, some kind of a campaigning which is related to advertisement or whatever it is. How they are going to be launching that things, means a plan of actions they will be implementing in a realistic way, like that. That is called as a development of tactics. Next, implementation of tactics or plan. Development of tactics has been done. Then again, here we are going to be implementing it, means in real life situations we have been implementing. The last one is the implementation of the things which will be helping the management to ensure that the necessary resources are made available to that, where the changes which have been done in the organizations is going to implementing that tactical operations things. Got it? Afterwards, whatever may be the steps and whatever may be the process which have been done in any organization or any department, always we have to go for the review of the things. Whatever the strategies which have been implemented for our organizations, whether that has been done according to the process or not, all the things will be done with the help of reviewing of strategies. Means where we are been rechecking the things, rechecking the process where it has been done according to the process or not. That will be called as a review of the strategies. The next one is your level of formulation, strategy formulation. What are the different levels will be there? So first one is your functional, and the next corporative and business strategies. So here, these are the things where we are going to learn about the levels of the things. 3 levels in the strategies, that is functional strategies, corporate strategies, and business strategies. Corporate level strategies, what is that? Where the business areas in which organization is going to operate, as well as it is concerned with the business. It involves aligning the resources development. What kind of a resources which is available in the organization, and only the related resources which is there is going to be implementing in the organizations. Apart from the unrelated resource allocations will not going to be done. That will be have in corporate strategies. Business level strategies is always formulated with the specific strategic business units. Means it always specify the business unit. It will be having the specified business units, and it's always going to have a strategies of overall cost leaderships, differentiation, and focusing. Here, our organization is going to analyze how do we compete in the current day scenario. Means it will be formulating with the specific funds. So in the current scenario, how we are going to competing the things, which is going to consisting of a management and plan to compete the successfuls and providing the supervisors, which is going to value the customers. Functional one, it mainly focusing on the particular functions such as manufacturing, marketing, logistics. Any one function it is going to be choose. Means what first of all, they are going to raise the questions, and based upon the raising of the questions, they will be setting up the objectives, which is going to be specifically giving a solutions to that particular operating strategies. So for these things, they will be using the strategy that is called as SMART, that is specify, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So they will be specifying particular function, or we can say the operative strategies. So these are the different levels of your strategic formulations. And the next one is here. What are the factors which will be affecting the company strategies? This is also you can expect for your examination point of view. So already we have discussed in the environmental analysis, that is both the factors which will be there for the organization, which will be affecting. The first one is your external factor and internal factor. External factors are those factors which are uncontrollable in nature, means it is unavoidable in nature. These are the factors which is going to affect it from outside the organizations. Here, the company is going to be take a measures or steps where they are going to reduce the risk for these external factors, because these are unavoidable factors. This is not in the hands of the organizations. Whereas the internal factors are those factors which are controllable in nature, where organization is going to be reduced, or is going to take steps to reduce the internal factors risk. So what are the external factors which will be included? Means economical, social, political, legal, as well as the competitors, we can say compared to coordination and representation. So next, companies SWOT analysis, that is opportunities, strength, weaknesses. Internal factors, the allocation of our resources or available resources, competitive things, strength and weaknesses, personal ambitions, values, and culture. These are the internal factors. So if you look at the external factors, economical, social, political, and legal. These are all the factors which will be influencing the organizations from outside the things. So whatever may be the economic positions of the countries, and what are the social and legal and political factors which will be there. These are all not will be there in the hands of the organizations. Only the certain steps will be taken for this. They are going to be analyzing the things, and they will be considering the points. So here, when you look at this, opportunities and threats. This is also coming from the outside the organization. What kind of opportunities will be available for the organization point of view? If at all the company is not in a situation to grab that opportunities, if the company is not in a situation to grab that opportunity, definitely it will be giving a risk to the organizations. So here, based upon the financial positions of the organizations and based upon the status of the organization, they will be analyzing their opportunities and threats. They will be analyzing their opportunities and threats. If you look at the internal factors, available resources. See here, these are the available resources which will be there in the hands of the organization. Based that maybe available resources will be related to the human power, or they're related to the machinery power, or they are related to the financial, non-financial, whatever may be the things. It all there in the hands of the organizations which will be using for the proper allocation. Next, strength and weaknesses. This is also there in the hands of the organization only, where they will be providing their strength. They will be knowing their strength and weaknesses. Strength is, having the strength is not sufficient, but implementations and using of that strength as well as facing of that weakness is also there in the hands of the organization only. And they are going to be grab their strength as well as the personal and the principals. The principals will be dealing with the HR departments, where they are going to be dealing with the human as well as the people, value culture in the of the companies. Here it will be dealing with the values, beliefs, ethics of the people, where they will be giving the rewards to their employees in the organizations. So these are the factors which will be affecting for the company strategies. It will be including both in the external as well as the internal factors. Okay, ma? Fine. Next, McKinsey 7S framework. So if you look at the McKinsey 7S framework, it has been developed in the year 1980s by the McKinsey consultants, Tom Peters. So here it will be helping for the analyzing a firm's organization designing, where they are going to using the 7 key internal elements, that is strategy, structure, system, shared values, style, staff, and skills. So these are the 7X, which we'll be explaining about the McKinsey 7S model. Fine. Strategy, structure, system, style, staff, skill. So this is a framework for this McKinsey 7S model. Strategy, whatever may be the plans which have been implemented or which have been designed to achieve a sustainable competitive advantage, that has to be given and well designed, and it has to be done in the organization. So definitely it will be helping to achieve the competitive advantage, and it is going to reinforce by a strong vision and mission of the values of the organization. Strategies, whatever the strategies we have been framed, it should be always has to be implemented. Either that may be short term or that may be a long term, whatever may be the things. Structure, the design of or the format of the employed in the arrangements of the department. How we have been designing the organization department along with the positioning as also the foundation of the hierarchy also. So what will be the hierarchy levels? Some of the organization is going to have 5 levels of organization. Some organization is going to frame the 7 levels of organization. Some organization is going to have only 3 levels of organization. So how we are been giving a design to of a particular organizations will be explaining with the help of the structure. Systems, whatever the daily activities or the operations which will be done and maintained in the organizations is going to deal with the systems, and it will be helping in the procedures and managing marketing, shippings, whatever may be the things, daily requirements, that is a marketing, management, logistics, distributions, customer support, whatever may be the things which will be there, all the things will be analyzing with the help of the systems. Staff, definitely it will be dealing with the employees, how many employees in the organization will be needed and how many are going to be recruiting, how many are going to be trained, motivated, rewarded. All these things will be analyzing in the staff. Skills. So skills are the abilities of the firm's performance, not only on the employees or the employees' performance, both the skills has to be done. Then only the capability and competency of the organization is going to be give a best outcome for the organization. Style, which is always symbolizes the techniques and passion in which the company is going to be handled, in which the company is going to be run. So it will be always symbolizing the techniques and the fashions, and it revolves around the leadership qualities which is going to possess by the individuals and the management group. So whoever may be the things, either that may be leaders, either that may be manager, either that may be who are the persons, it will always symbolize the techniques, how they will be dealing with the company's environment, which is going to be give an easy way to run the business as well as the smooth things. Shared values is the things where they will be giving a values to the stakeholders who are be working with the organizations, and they will be giving creating certain things and norms, values, which will be given to every members of the organization who is going to be follows. So who are the persons will be including in the organizations is going to give some kind of a values, ethics, norms that will be dealing with the shares values. So these are the 7S of your mathematics. Definitely expected questions for your long answer. Okay, ma? So barriers is not been nothing. Approaches you can leave. Fine. I think I heard that you all already you have some classes on the strategic management. Can anyone tell me what are the topics which have been covered? Is anyone is there? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. Can anyone tell me what are the topics? I heard that you have some classes on the strategic management. So it's better for me if I'm not going to repeat the same topics which have been covered in your previous classes. They have started the environment analysis. The previous classes have you? So it will be easy for me to explain the things, not repeating the things. It will help for us to save the time. Anyone? They have started the environment analysis. How many topics? so that I can skip the topics and I will be explaining the topics which I had not yet explained to you. Can anyone? Pardon?
And please go ahead and explain this, madam. I think no one has heard.
No one has heard or not? No one has attended the classes, sir?
I think the classes
Yes,
were not.
no one has attended
Maybe
the
the past
classes
tense here.
here.
Fine, fine. Okay, fine. Let it be. So I'm going to explain in my own way. So forget about all your previous classes and all this. Fine. No issue, ma. Not at all an issue. Okay, fine. Environment, the concept of environment, as we have deal with the environment analysis, that is every organization is having two environment, that is internal as well as the external environment, which is going to give an effect in the positive way as well as the negative way, and it is going to helping for every organization to take the right decisions and to face the what are the internal factors or external factors which is going to give an impact on the organizations. So what are the specific environmental factors which is going to give an effect, either that may be in a micro level or macro level. So in the second unit, definitely this is a question you can expect for your 12 marks. So the second unit, you can expect this 12 marks. So first is that micro, or we can say internal factors. Micro or internal factors. Micro means which are very small and which is easily controllable by the organization. So whenever we are dealing with the micro level environmental factors, first one is your dealing with the customers, competitors, suppliers, investors, marketing intermediaries. So customers, who are the customers? Can anyone tell me who are the customers?
The one who buys our products.
Okay, fine. So here, these are the people who's going to pay the money and they're going to be acquire something, or they are going to acquire some organization products and services. So they will be taking the products or rendering the services from the organization. So these are the organization service which is depend upon the abilities to identify its customers and meet their needs. So if you don't have any type of a customers for your products, definitely whatever the products which is available in the market, it is useless. For your products, definitely the customer should be there. Even though customers are the external sources for the companies, but we'll consider them as an internal only, because based upon the quality, quantity of our product itself only, we can easily attract the customers. Is it not? Yes, based upon the quality and quality only, you can easily attract the customers. So here the product quality that we related to your nature, price, quantity, whatever may be the things. So whatever the products which he is going to offer, it should be according to the need and preference of the customers only. Then only the customer is going to attract and they will be giving the preference and they will be showing some kind of attitudes towards your product, and they will be helping for you to buy the product. And whatever the things you are being giving, it always you have to pay attention toward the customers on their product that may be related to quality, price, safety, convenience, whatever may be the things. It should be easily handling by the organization, so that easily they are going to buy the products. For example, simply if you want to buy a Maggie, if you are feeling hungry, so you can simply walk 2 minutes difference, easily you can buy the product. Is it not? Convenient, comfortable should be there, whatever may be the products. It is depend upon the nature of the products. I'm saying the nature of the product of the Maggie, easily you can available. Shampoo, easily you can available. If you want to buy vegetables, you can easily available. If you if you want to buy a bulk in quantities, so you have to go for a furlong of 2 to 3 kilometers where you can find a mall or all the things. So convenient and comfortability should be there for the customer's point of view. Definitely they are going to attract towards your point. So as the customers are external, but they will be dealing with the internal source of things. So why it is considered as internal means it is there in the hands of the organization where they are going to attract the customers with all these certain kinds of attributes of the products. Next, competitors. Competitors are the persons or the companies or the organizations which will be affecting from the outside the organization. But if organization is going to fail to meet the needs of its customers in effective and efficiency manner, definitely the competitors is going to be attract your customers. So in that case, the organization is not going to survive, no long run purpose. Is it not? So definitely it is give a bad impact on the organization. So always it has to attract the customers and always it has to have a positive opinion on the things. Then only we can face the competitions and the competitors will be there in the each and every organization will be having a competitors. So you have to attract the customer in that way where we are going to be face the tough competitions, and we have always have to be deal with the customers in an effective and efficient way. Suppliers are those persons. So before launching any product in the market, the product is going to be launched in the product when it is always depend upon the quality of the raw materials. What type of a raw materials we have been using, how much quality based raw materials we have been using, the outcome of the product will be in that base. So raw materials. So whenever we have been choosing the suppliers, we always have to go for the long run suppliers. Means we are not going to change the suppliers in the middle of the organization long run. Why? Because we are having a confidence on that particular suppliers. So it will always deal with the parts, materials, components, assemblies, whatever the things, because all this combination in itself is going to give a good product in the. That's why the supplier is also considering one of the internal factors for the company strategies. Next, investors. Investors are the persons who is going to give financial support to the organizations to obtain the financial resources that may be from the shareholders, debenture holders, banks, financial institutions, some of the non-financial institution also we are going to be. It always gives some kind of prosperity of failures, and organizations can easily sell their shares and debentures. So, but whenever you are having some kind of a recessions, always it has to be control such kind of a changes, which is going to give a drastic things in the organizations. Next, marketing intermediaries. These are the different channels, distributions, which is available in the organization. These intermediaries, either they may be individuals or the business or a group of persons that will be helping the company in promoting and selling, distributing the goods to the ultimate customers. So we can consider it as a distribution channels or the middle persons, we can say. So the middle persons may be called as a wholesaler, retailer, or the agents. So definitely it is also giving some kind of a importance for the maintaining the company's internal environmental factors. These are all the internal factors or the micro level environmental factors which is easily available in the hands of the organizations and which are easily controllable. Next, coming to the macro level, or we can say the general environment or the external environmental factors, which is indirectly influencing all the business units. So definitely first one is demographical, next natural, economical factor, legal, political, cultural, technological, and international factors. So here, demographical factors means here it is always going to give the profile of the organized, profile of the populations, means your customers, means your stakeholders, whoever maybe the persons will be included. It always gives the demographical factors that may be related to their name, profile, size, literacy rate, their gender, composition, age factors, all those things, income factors. These are all the things also going to give an impact on the micro level environmental factors. The next one is your natural environmental factors, like the whatever the resource allocations which will be there, that is natural calamities, water, land, iron, cruel. These are all the factors which is also going to the giving an impact on the business in a external source way, that is uncontrollable in nature, because these are other things which is not available in the hands of the organization where they are going to be change anything rapid type of things. So definitely it will be giving an outside source of factors. Economical factors. Economical factors always depend upon the environment of the countries. It is always depend upon the environment of the companies, what countries, whatever the changes which is happening in the environment, it is always going to give an impact on the company's environment factors that may be related to the economic development, that may be related to the national income, per capita income, demand, supply, whatever may be the things. So it is entirely uncontrollable by the organizations. Legal factors. So definitely the legal factors which be including the laws which defines and protect the rights of the individuals and organizations, which is going to create a conceptual frameworks for the rules and regulations of within the business has to be follow and has to be operate. So definitely it will be giving an impact. So definitely if you look at this now, Companies Act, that is 1956, Consumer Protection Act 1986, MRTP Act 1969, these are all the examples for your legal environmental factors. So if you look at now, if any type of queries has been raised by the consumer protections, definitely they are going to file a case according to this Consumer Protection Act of 1986. and related to any kind of prices and all those things also, they are going to be raised a case according to the MRP Act of 1969. These are all the things which is available for the legal factors. Political factors, definitely the political factors is going to be influences, namely the legislative point of view, or from the execution point of view, or from the judiciary point of view. In both the three pillars point of view, it will be executing the political point of view. So definitely it will be giving in developing and controlling the business activities. So a change in the government is going to bring about a change in the attitude, preference, objective. Is it not? Yes, ma'am. Definitely it will be giving a change, a drastic change in the organization also. So definitely it has to keep an alignment and track all the political events, anticipate changes in government policies, as well as the framing of productions and marketing strategies according to the political environmental factors. Next, culture, as it is dealing with the values, ethics, beliefs, and the society's cultures, it has to be follows. So knowledge, beliefs, art, morals, all the things will be related, and what are the habits which are acquired by the individuals, organization, whatever the society moral accepts will be there, it has to follow according to the society of the moral accepts itself only. That all be dealing with the cultural and environmental factors. Next, technologically, day by day, the technological factors will be influencing. So scientific methods, either that be mathematical approach, either that be operational approach, whatever may be the things, always it has to go for the continuous track should be maintaining for this political and technical and environmental factors. A track should be maintained for the technological factors. Next, international environmentals. Whenever a company is been entering into a strategy that is global interest strategies, definitely it has to be affected by the international environmental factors that may be related to foreign trade, or that may be related to exchange, or that may be related to the transaction or translational environmental factors also. Yes, ma'am? Fine. These are the environmental analyses. Next, your organization analysis. Now, what is the concept of organization analysis? So organization analysis is an internal environment which refers to all the factors within the organization that will be influencing its capabilities and achieving its strategic units. Internal source of factors will be analyzing with the organization analysis, all the factors which will be dealing, and the whatever the organization that is going to adopt a highly systematic approach, or that may be an ad hoc basis. All these things will be analyzed with the help of the organization analysis. Both the secondary as well as the primary source of used collection data or the information which is needed in the organizations will be done in the organization analysis. So what is the required, or what is the main purpose or reason for this organization analysis? So it will be helping first enabling the organizations to think of what is might be choose to do for the organization, what is exactly has to be done, what is exactly has to be choose for our organization. And always organization has to try to succeed in focusing its strength and overcoming its weaknesses. So what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses which is there in the organizations is always going to identify with this organization analysis. And after that, it has to know the knowledge of weakness, to what extent we are been having the weaknesses, and to what extent we are going to face such kind of weaknesses and withdraw any kind of things or operations for the things. And as well as it is also helping for strategic formulations, which is going to require and match our strength and weaknesses with the environmental analysis. And it is also going to grab the opportunities as well as the threat. So this is the need for your organization analysis. What is the process of your organization analysis means? First, we have to identify the key factors. Next, importance of the particular factors, evaluating the strength and weaknesses, and preparing the organization capability. So this is the process of your organization analysis, where you are going to identify what are the key factors. Only the relevant factors which is there for our organization analysis. All the factors which are been within the organization itself only we are being identified. Outside the organization factors, we are not going to consider it. Next, we are been analyzing the importance of the particular key factors. Identification has been done. Then we are been impacting the importance of that particular key factor. Then after identifying the importance of the things, then we are been evaluating what are the strengths and weaknesses which will be there for that particular key factor. After that, simply we have been preparing the capability profile of that particular things. Fine, ma? Next. Next is your SWOT analysis. So from the starting of the classes, we have been going through this SWOT analysis, that is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So SWOT analysis, if you look at the tables or the tablet where we have been identified. So companies SWOT analysis, what is the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats? If you look at these four things, easily you can scan your environmental scannings and easily you can go for the environmental analysis. Strength means good corporate image, favorable locations, wide distribution networks, ample of reserves and supplies, and what are the ISO standards has been maintained by the organization. And that may be ISO standards of 2000, ISO standards of 1900, ISO standards of 14,000, whatever may be the standards will be maintaining by the organization. So strength, weaknesses, inexperienced management, high cost of production, high prices, poor relation with the banks and financial institutions. Opportunities, whatever the liberal government policies which have been done by the from the government, existence of the niche target market, reliable foreign partners, increasing educational levels. Threats, intense competition, political instability, stagnant demand, raising customer expectations. So here, these are the strength and weaknesses, that is SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. It will be coming under the analysis. So it will be helping for identifying the organization appraisals as well as analyzing the internal factors. It helps in understanding the internal as well as the external environmentals, which is useful in strategic formulation as well as organization strength and weaknesses, which can be matched and with the opportunities and threats. And effective strategies is going to make use of the strengths, which will capitalizing the opportunities and minimizing the impact of weakness, which is going to nurture the threats. So here, if you look at these analyses, if you learn these things, what there is strength, weakness, and opportunities, easily you are going to scan the environmental scannings. What are the stages of strategic cost management? What are the stages of this cost management? As according to your request itself only, I will be explaining the important questions now, because you people have said that time is very less for us. So definitely based upon that only, I will be sharing the important one. What are the stages of strategic cost management? If you look at, there are the 4 stages for this strategic cost management, that is formulating strategies, communicating strategies, developing and implementing tactics, developing and implementing controls. So if you look at formulating the strategies, first we need to formulate what are the strategies we have to be adopted for our organizations, means alternative source of strategies we need to adopt, means not only one type of a strategies, we have to frame the alternative, that is more than 2 to 3 strategies we are going to adopting. After adopting and formulating the strategies, next we are going to communicating the strategies. Communicating of strategies means which is the best strategies which is suitable for our organization. So which is the best option is there for us to choose that particular best source of allocation of that particular strategies. Here for your organization point of view, you're having a 3 to 4 objectives. For the 3 to 4 objectives, you will be planning some course of actions and framing the best course of action in front of you not only one, but the three solutions will be there. Among the three solutions, you will be choosing the best one, which will be helping for you to achieve your objectives compared to that of your previous one. That is called as a communicating the strategies. Then afterwards, communicating the strategies means you are having three course of actions plans. You have been chosen the second one, that is with the help of communicating. Next, developing and implementing the tactics. When you have been chosen the best things, then you are been developing, means how you are going to implementing the second course of action. Why not for the first course of action and why not for the third course of action? What are the plannings and what are the carrying of the tactics? Means what kind of activities which will be there for the second course of action compared to that of a first and the third one. Developing and implementing the tactics. After developing and implementing the tactics, next you are been again developing and implementing the controls. Means, okay, these are the things where you are going to tracking the success. Means it will be helping to track the success and it will be helping to take a managerial correct decision that whatever the tactic you have been framed for your formulating strategies is the best one. So these are the stages for your strategic cost management. The components will be not that one things. Types of cost you can expect for the, what is it? Short answers. And you can know all these things. I think you have learned in your economics. Fixed cost, variable cost, implicit cost, cost allocations. BCG matrix. This is also important. You can expect for your exams. BCG matrix. This is also called as, which has been created by the Bruce handholdings in the year 1970, which is going to help the corporation to analyze their business units and product lines. So this matrix is also known as growth share matrix, that is GSM matrix, which is entirely based upon the two variables, that is the rate of the growth of the product market as well as a market share in the market, which is going to held by the firm. So mostly this model is systematically identifying the main underlying strategies of the characteristics of a specified business segments. So here this matrix is going to be redefined the concept of the experience curve to the point where their essential production phenomena has giving a strong implications of the marketing strategies. It will always helping for and considering the most effective and efficient way for formulating the strategies. How effectively we have been framing the strategy. So in the previous one, we have learned about what are the steps and what are the levels of the strategic formulation. So here for strategic formulation, we have been having this BCG matrix. Means with the help of this BCG matrix, we can easily identify the how we have been formulating the strategies. So it will be always helping the organization for proper allocation of resources. It will always helping the organization for proper allocation resources in the way of creating the brand image, product management, strategic management, as well as the portfolio analysis. So what are the factors which will be based upon these BCG matrix means? See here, if you look at this, relatively market share and business growth rate. In the previous class, as I have explained you the market share, that is we can call as a competitive advantage or the core competency also we can say. So here the highest growth rate and the highest market shares, which is going to give a star rating of the particular things. So here we are having a highest one, lower one, high one, low one. So if you look at the things, highest market shares and the lowest market shares and the high one with the low market share and the low one with the high market share. The diagonal matrix we can easily find out. So whenever we are having the high growth rate, which is giving the high market shares, is always defining with the help of giving a stars one, because it is having the high growth rate as well as the high market share. It is having the growth rate is also high and the market share is also high. So that's why it is indicating with the highest star marking rate. Whenever it is having the low growth rate but having the high market shares, is going to give a cows, means it will be defining with the help of some kind of a legal particular things. So company is not going to have any kind of finance or the capability to expansion of their economical, or that may be in the form of a market growth rate, whatever may be the things. Why? Because it's having growth rate is low, but it is having a grab of having a market share is high only. And when the company is having the high growth rate with low market shares, it will be having the question mark. Why question mark? Means what kind of the problems which has been there in the particular organization. So we can call them it as that may be problem related to the problem child or a wildcat. Means simply we have been giving a question mark to that particular things with the help of giving a name as a problem child or a wildcat. Means this problem may be a very small because growth rate is high, but the market share is very low. So question mark will be identified. The question is going to raise, which is the relative market share is going to give a high potential things. So it is always identify those products which are in introduction stage in the market, as well as the cash generated, which is less than that of these products. So always it will be identifying the questions, what is the things which is there we have to improve that will be helping for the market share, so that the question mark is going to become a start. Until that question mark is going to become a start, we have been implementing the strategies and uplifting the question mark to the position where it will be helping for the appropriate things. Last one is a low growth rate, low market share. So we can consider it as a dogs, which is describing the business that has a weak market share as well as a low growth rate. So product with a low price share and product with a limited growth rate potentials as all are very low. So the prospects for these products are very bleak and very weak. It is better that phase where we are going to be collapse the market, means it is going to kill off or die the particular companies. So although they will showing only the modest net cash flows, means we are not going to have any kind of a return on investments, profits, or whatever may be the things, all the things will be giving. It should not have any kind of a social benefits, nothing will be there. So this is the strategies for the BCG matrix. Definitely expected questions. Please prepare for this. Okay, ma? Fine. So the remaining classes I will be explaining in the next class. Good. Today's strength is very good. Any doubts, ma?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Just wanted to ask you, like you are only covering like only few units. So like what are the units you are covering? Is that only is important, or we have to cover only those units?
Yeah, yesterday you people, some of the people have asked important questions. I'm preparing the important questions. I'll be sharing with the concerned person, your admin people, who is going to give the important questions. You people have requested, means you're having a very less time. So from the examination point of view, I'm going to explain to you. You can expect the questions for an examination point of view instead of concentrating on all the units.
I don't think if you're sharing the questions with the admin team, I don't think so. They'll be sharing with us.
Definitely, they'll share.
Either if they're sharing it, it'll be too late after the exam.
Definitely, they'll be sharing because I don't have any kind of a link with your official groups. Nothing will be there. Definitely, they'll be
see, if you want to, you can share. We have a group, so you can share with any one of us.
Today
So
I'll
we
be
can post in the group.
Yeah, today I'll be discussing with the admin. Definitely, they'll be sharing. No issue, no problem will be there, ma'am. Okay, you don't worry about that. Okay, it's examination point of view, means they will not take any risk. No problem. They'll be sharing. Fine. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All the best.